Hey guys, it's Drummond. So today's video is going to be about weight. So it's something that I've made videos about before, but I was kind of on the other side of the spectrum where I was having trouble gaining weight and muscle, and now it's a little bit easier to gain weight, let's just say that, because my metabolism has slowed down a lot, mainly because I'm getting a little bit older, and that's what happens when you're older. But I wanted to make this video just because I feel like I've struggled with something that a lot of people maybe have struggled with, so I kind of wanted to make a video so maybe you guys could relate with me, or maybe some of you guys can take something away from this video that would make you feel better in life. And that's what I'm all about, is making other people feel better and less alone in this world. So I never really had an issue with weight when it came to like being overweight. It was never something I really had to worry about. I could eat whatever I wanted and I never gained weight, which was a blessing and a curse. A blessing because I could eat whatever I wanted and I never gained weight. A curse because it was also really hard for me to put on weight and muscle, and yeah, that kind of sucked because you also get bullied for being too skinny. But so when it comes to gaining weight, it's something that kind of got put in my head with my last relationship, because my boyfriend at the time was so focused on being healthy and gaining muscle and being thin that it kind of started to like seep into my mind that that was something that I needed as well. And I'm all about being healthy, but when it comes to loving yourself, it's very important that you love all of yourself and not just the parts of you that other people like. And I felt like I started to hate the way I looked because he was so focused on the way he looked. And he would say things like, "Oh, it's disgusting when people are overweight. Oh, look at that person, they're not toned at all." And it just got to the point where like I was questioning what he thought about me as a person. And it didn't help that at the end of the relationship, he ended things saying that he was no longer attracted to me. And being that he always talked about food and gaining weight and muscle and all of that stuff, because he never really gave me a reason in our relationship why he was growing distant and why he ended up breaking up with me, my brain naturally went to what I heard him talking about all the time, and that was him talking about how disgusting people who were overweight were and how he had little respect for people who didn't work out. And I was just like, wow, I live a really busy life and I don't really work out that much. So it started to kind of seep into my mind that I was overweight, and I bought a scale and I constantly checked my weight. I would say at least like 15 times a day, and it was just so unhealthy. And I was so unhappy with the way I looked. Like I couldn't even look in the mirror and be happy with the way I looked, which I know is crazy. I know that there are people who are struggling with weight issues that are way worse than mine, and probably genetically way worse than mine, but I feel like we all kind of struggle with suffering from poor self-image and feeling like there's something about us that we need to change to feel loved or to even be able to love ourselves. And I wanted to make this video because it took my relationship ending and for me to really focus on myself and realize that I do love the way I look and I love myself. And even though I'm not like built and perfect the way that the magazines make it seem like we have to be, I can be happy with the way I looked. Granted, when the relationship went south and it ended up ending, I did lose a lot of weight, mainly because when I'm stressed and upset, I can't eat. And that made it easier to lose weight, which is most definitely not a healthy way about losing weight, but that's what happened. And I realized that I was really unhappy and so focused on something, and I was thinking so negatively about the whole weight thing. And it kind of sucks to fall into that mindset. And I just kind of wanted to make this video because I want people to realize that it is a mindset. You can get out and exercise and eat healthy and be happy and actually get the results that you want without making yourself miserable. I know when we used to go hiking, I would always feel like I was overweight because he was so much faster and not out of breath. And when it came to just working out, he was able to push himself a lot harder. And mainly that was because he was a little bit further ahead of me in the fitness aspect of things, whereas I was a little bit further behind and I had a little bit further to go, and I was just constantly comparing myself to him, and it made me feel really, really shitty. And I realized that's not a great way to feel. I will say that that's happened to me once before in life when I lived with my friend Jack. He was very fitness oriented, whereas I was a little bit more of a social person where I liked making friends. I wasn't really into using my spare time to go to the gym. And it got to the point where I started comparing myself to him and started feeling lesser of a person because I wasn't as attractive as him when it came to my physical physique. And you can't do that to yourself. It's a horrible place to be. I know that I'm at a point right now where I'm happy with the way my body looks. There are definitely things that I'm working on, but I don't feel horrible when I look at myself in the mirror, and that's a great place to be. I guess the reason why I wanted to make this video was just kind of to point out the way that others can make you feel. So surrounding yourself by people who make you feel bad is not a good idea. And if you're in a relationship where you feel bad for the way you look because your partner is a little bit more physically fit than you, maybe you need to kind of focus on something different. Maybe focus on some of the positive aspects that you have and kind of start to put diet and gym into your schedule without kind of stressing about it, but just kind of doing it slowly to where, hey, maybe I'll go to the gym 3 times this week. Or if you can only make it to the gym once a week, it's a start. And when it comes to dieting, just make small changes to your diet and I promise you'll start to see a difference. And it's not something that you have to change drastically, because usually when it comes to changing things drastically, it's something that's very temporary and you can't hold on to it and it doesn't last very long. Try making small changes and then slowly moving towards a goal of better fitness. I just know that by the end of the day, it's better to love yourself for who you are and not obsess over things that you can't really change instantly. Make the small changes, be happy with who you are, and then just move on from there. But I hope you guys like this video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and check out my other social medias. I post on a lot of those a little bit more frequently than I do here. But I hope you guys have a great week, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.